There you go. Okay, two things I want to tell you is I'll remind you, I sent this to you in your email, but what we're going to do is not have a Zoom on Fridays anymore, and that will start tomorrow. We won't have a Zoom tomorrow. What we're going to do is do the Zooms on Monday through Thursday, and on Friday, we're simply going to keep that time for the people in the classroom to just work on back stuff that they need to study on. I have 4 people at least that are wanting to take the test. And so that brings me to the second thing that I want to tell everybody. We're going to finish up this week, which is, today is Thursday, maybe into Monday. But what I want to do next week is to start on graphing. We're going to start graphing points, graphing lines, and move directly into slope. The reason being, over half of my class is ready to take their test, except they're still concerned about slope. And so I'm going to skip a little bit. Nobody's going to miss anything, but I'm going to skip over what I would normally do, and I'm going to move to slope and plotting points and lines next week. And remember, no Zoom tomorrow. If you, as remote students, and Josh, this is you right now, if you want to log some hours on the Fridays, just send me some completed work to my phone number, and I put that in the email. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So, new things. I told my class I think about you guys all the time. And so I was thinking last night, they need slope. So we're going to skip what I would usually do next week, and we're going to go to slope. So here we go for today. We're going to take care of a lot of the angles. Hopefully we'll get through everything in the next 2 packets. You'll have 2 packets coming to you today. All right. Just a little bit of review because you're going to need this. Okay, what I want you to do here is, first of all, I need to know if you remember what this type of angle is called. A right
angle.
Because it's 90 degrees. I heard you too. Also, Josh, you're correct. It was a right angle. Now, I also want you to name this angle for me. Name this angle. So it is angle, this one, I'm naming it now.
Oh, OMP.
OMP, that is exactly right. OMP, Josh, that's good. OMP, and I heard it out here too. Remember that the vertex has to be in the middle. So this could also be named PMO, which is fine as long as the vertex is in the middle. Okay? All right. And then what kind of angle is this angle?
Obtuse.
This is obtuse, and obtuse. And the definition of an obtuse angle is that the angle is larger than what?
90 degrees.
That's exactly right. Okay, larger than 90 degrees. Let's name this angle.
AXV.
Good. I'm hearing some good response. And another way?
Or VXA.
Good. VXA. Very nice. And the last one?
acute angle.
This is acute. My class is just letting you answer, John. Acute angle, and that means how many
less
degrees?
than 90 degrees.
Less than 90 degrees. Okay, let's name it. Let's see. Let me put somebody in the class. Irene, name this angle for me. MKL. MKL. Good. And Mary, name it another way. LKM. Okay. LKM. Excellent. This is wonderful. Okay, if anybody needs a picture, I'm getting ready to erase, or if you need any more of this, let me know before I erase. All right. Okay, now we also have some more angles, and you need to be aware of this because it will move us in to the next section today. This one especially. What is this one called?
A straight angle or a line angle.
I'm hearing that from the remote and in class. Good job. It's a straight angle. And so what is the measure of a straight angle?
180 degrees.
180 degrees. This one is going to be pretty important to you. This is, I'm going to point out that you need to pay close attention to this one because it will help us on some of the problems. Okay. All right. And then we had this one. What was that one called? I'll put, you're exactly
Complete
right.
angle.
Yes, I'm hearing that. I love the participation. This is good. You guys are awake today. And how many degrees is a complete angle? 360. 360 all the way around. You guys are awesome. Okay, and we have one more, and we will use it later on, but you need to be aware of it. It's this one. The reflex.
It's the reflex angle.
It's an R.
Reflex angle? No,
Is it remote or what is it?
it's reflex.
But it's backwards right here.
It's like in a tooth.
Oh, it doesn't matter how it is. It's just not the small one. It's the one that's larger than 180. So it doesn't matter how it's written.
So it's the,
Okay. Okay, I was thinking remote, but it's reflex angle. And this angle, the reflex angle, is anything larger.
180, but less than 360.
Yes, larger than 180, less than 360, right? And you may see it written like this, that the angle degrees or whatever, that the degrees, they may put X here or whatever. Okay, the degrees are larger than 180 degrees, but smaller than 360. Okay, so the degrees of a reflex angle, they're larger than 180, but smaller than 360. And the way I look at this is The degree measure of a reflex angle is somewhere between 180 and 360. It's kind of easier to see. This is between 180 and 360. Everybody? We won't use the reflex angle a lot, but I need you to be aware of it. This is how we will use it. Okay, now watch. If I say that this angle here is 100 degrees. Now think about this. What is it all the way around? How many degrees all the way around?
Well, that's 360.
360 is all the way around. I want to know how much this angle is. So I have 360 and I'm going to take away what I know. Okay, so it will leave, 260. So the reflex angle will be 260 because this angle added to this angle equals 360 all the way around. Do y'all see? Okay. Okay, those are all the different types of angles, and now we're going to see what we're going to do with these. Again, pictures if you want. I'm going to move on. So I'm in this packet. This is what I call packet 3. Okay, you'll get this in your email. This is packet 3. We just got through talking about the first page. We're going to the second page just to explain what they want on here. Okay, on your second page, all they want you to do is you write an A for acute, an O for obtuse, and R if it's right. That's all on the top part. On the bottom part, you're going to use each angle. Let me go ahead and erase here and I'll show you one of them. There are several angles in these polygons, and they want you to identify which ones are which. So let's look at number 3. Here's number 3. Of course, we know it's a trapezoid. This is number 3. Now, you can see that at every corner there is a vertex. And so this could be an angle, right? This can be an angle. This is an angle, and this is an angle. So you see that a trapezoid has 4 sides, and it also has 4 angles. So what they want you to do is the protractor and stuff is yours. And then are those 2 packets his? Okay, those 2 packets are yours also, Chris. Okay, so what they're asking you to do is tell me what kind of angle this one is.
That's the,
Obtuse.
I want to say obtuse.
Yes,
Obtuse.
it's obtuse because it's bigger than 90 degrees, so you're just going to put an O here. That's what they want you to do. And here, what kind is it? It's an acute angle, and so they want you to just put an A there and so on and so on. And that's what they want you to do here. Notice that the bottom's cut off. I don't know why the bottom's cut off of a bunch of these. Just do the part that you can see. Okay, don't worry about the rest because that'll be enough practice for you. All right, let's go to the next page and see what you need to do. Okay, let's talk about this. You are going to have, now I'm just going to make up my own here. You can have a lot of different angles. Let's call this X. And there'll be an A here. I'm going to mix them up. B, put a C here, and a D here, and an E here. Okay, this is similar to what's on that page. And what they're going to ask you is, can you name name an acute angle? There's a lot of them. E, B, AE.
DXD.
Okay, angle has 3 letters. You have to use 3 letters.
Okay.
So an acute.
DXC.
Okay, Josh, say again. I can't hear you.
DXC.
DXC. That's exactly right. He went from the D to the X to the C. That is definitely an acute angle. Another one, Naomi? Good. AXE. These have angles in front. What kind of angle is angle AXD? What kind of angle?
Obtuse.
Obtuse. It goes here all the way here. See how big it is? Okay. So this one's obtuse. Name another one. Is Vanessa here? No. Okay. Rebecca, name another obtuse angle, any of them.
Is it BXD?
BXD, you said? No, that's acute. See how small it is?
Oh, okay.
BXD, okay? Try again.
EXC.
Good, good. Angle EXC. What about a right angle, Mary? A right angle. Good. Angle BXC. Another one, Rachel. Another right angle.
BXA.
Good. BXA. I think you have a great understanding for this page, right? Okay, now we're going to go to the next page, and this is how you read a protractor. Okay, I'm going to put one up here because you will be using a protractor. Do you have one, Josh? Do you have a protractor? Sometimes
I can get one.
you can get one, you said?
Yes, I can get one.
Okay, they're not very expensive at all. And it doesn't have to be some expensive thing. Okay, so here is what a protractor looks like. Okay, you all have a copy of one. I'm just giving you an idea here. Okay, and there, somewhere there's a little point right here. Okay, and then there are little marks all the way around, and they have 2 numbers on them. This will go, and I think it's like this. It'll go 1 and 2 and 3. There is actually a protractor that goes 5, 10, 15, 20. I think yours that I gave you is 1s, isn't it? Doesn't it?
It's 10s, 20s, 30s.
But each little mark in between is 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one that you will usually have. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, blah, blah. And over here, right here, this is 0, and it'll come all the way over here to 180, right?
Yeah.
And then underneath this, I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, it says 181, 182, 183. So both of these, or this one will be 180. I think I'll probably need to look at the
No, you're right. You got 180.
and this one will be 360, right? And 359. I need to look at my protractor.
It goes from 0 from the outside and then 180.
Oh,
on the
it's just the
inside.
180s. Okay. 180, 179, 178, and so on around here. So it's going to have 2 numbers. Y'all see? Now, what you're going to do. Yes, ma'am.
The ones that I had the 3-4?
Yeah.
I forgot to give them one of those.
Aha. And that would be Chris.
Irene, and Naomi.
Yes. She forgot to give you these. It's just a little bit more to fill out. You can give it to me tomorrow. You can give it to me after class, whatever you need to do. Okay? Right, clear. All right. Now, if you're wanting to measure an angle, okay? Let's say that you're going to measure an angle that looks like this, okay? You want to measure this. So what you're going to do is you put the vertex, you lay this over this angle. So let's pretend you're laying this on here. So what you're going to do is put the vertex at this center. I think there's a hole or there's a dot or something where you put your vertex, and then one of the arms you're going to lay across here. So it lines up right here. The other arm will automatically show up going through a number here. Okay? Now remember, there are two numbers here. So the way that you understand which one you're going to choose is if this is acute, if this is an acute angle, if it's less than 90, you know that this is less than 90, right? So you look at the number that is less than 90. Do you see? So let's look at number 1. Let's look at number 1 on your page. We're looking at number 1 right now. Okay, and we're going to measure that angle that's already there. So notice that they put the vertex right in the center where that dot is, and they put one of the arms across at the beginning at 0. And then they look at where the other arm hits the numbers. Now, what kind of angle is this first? It's an acute angle, so you use the smaller number. So the measure of this is 60 degrees. Y'all see? Okay, let's look at number 3, okay? Number 3, Josh, I'll show you number 3 is right here.
Okay.
And so notice where the vertex is. Notice where the vertex is on number 3.
Yeah.
And then notice that they put the line on 0. One of the arms goes on 0, and you follow how the other arm goes up to the numbers. Now, before you decide which number to use, you have to decide what kind of angle is this.
It's obtuse.
It is an obtuse. We're on number 3. It is obtuse angle, so you're going to use the bigger number. So what is halfway between 110 and 120?
115.
So the degree measure of this angle is 115 degrees. Do y'all see? Now on this particular page, it's giving you the protractor. No problem. So you don't have to use your little or your huge one. And then on the next page is the same stuff, because you need to be used to reading a protractor, measuring angles. Now, on the next one, we're going to be using your own protractor, and we're going to measure these. So what you need to do with your clear one that I've given you, or the one you're going to buy, Josh, and remember where you put the dot, You're going to put the middle dot on the vertex. Okay, I'm here.
This is kind of big.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. We're going to get you some smaller ones during class, but if you want to do it right now, then I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what to do.
Okay. I got it between.
I will look. Okay, if you're using this huge one that I did for you, and your angle is only like this much,
Yeah.
and you're putting that big old thing on there, then use a ruler or some kind of straight edge and just extend this until you can see it. Extend that side until I get you a smaller protractor. But you can extend the angle all the way out until it hits a number. And that's the way you can use the big ones.
Is it 180?
No,
I mean, not 180, but 80.
maybe 80. It's 45.
That was 45.
This number 1 on this page, you guys try it. Number 1 on this page is 45 degrees. Let me see what you're doing. Let's do this. I want you to put the vertex
Oh.
here and
Oh.
line up the base. Then you come out here. Huh. Oh, you're on number 2.
Oh.
Number 1, put it right there and line it up. Right there. And follow this one.
Okay.
And come up
Okay.
and finish between 40 and 50. You see?
Yes.
So if you extended that with a ruler, it would go across 45. Do you see it? That first one should have been 45 degrees. Anybody need help looking at that?
Thank you, Mary.
This is gonna be the circle that.
No, we're on the next
It
page.
doesn't have it.
Go again. Okay.
Oh, this line in the middle is gonna be the circle.
Right here. The vertex of the angle right here. You line it up here on the line.
Doesn't show too well, but.
Yeah. You follow it out, and it would cross between 40 and 50. It's not right. I'm going to do 45 degrees. Okay. You see what I'm talking about? Yes, that's perfect. And if you would extend this out, it would come here between the 40 and the 50, so 45. You see it? How about you? You're looking at number 2, and yes, it's on 30. Yes, it would be 30. Good job. You guys are genius. See how much you like? Do you like geometry? Yes, we do. We love geometry.
No, we don't.
Yes, we
Until we don't understand it anymore. Then we.
Okay, and then there's another page, and the one that we just worked on says your answers are going to be in 5-degree increments. They're going to either be 40 or 45 or something like that. And the next page, you may be getting like 83 or whatever. It won't be in increments of 5. And it's just another page, Josh, of measuring angles, but this one might not come in increments of 5.
Okay.
Okay, now the next one, it's just a little puzzle and some more practice in measuring. It says the instructions at the top. And so that takes care of that packet. How do you feel? Okay, and you can use the large protractors until I get you some small ones. Okay, next packet, and this will be what I call packet 4, Josh, and we're going to be measuring angles again, but we're going to be using algebra to find out what x is. No problem, guys, you know. So let's pretend. Okay, I would like for y'all to practice measuring number 1, please, on this page. At the top says sheet 1, measuring angles, find x. And measure, because I haven't measured number one yet.
45.
Okay, it's 45. Here's what we're doing. There is number one, Josh. This is what we're doing. We have to measure the angle first, and since you don't have your protractor right now, the measure of that angle is 45. Okay, they measured it. Well, now they say, I'm just going to pretend with this one right here. So when you measured it, you got 45 degrees, right? Well, they're saying this 45 degrees equals x plus 15. See, they don't tell you what it is. They tell you the measure of this angle is x plus 15. But you've used your protractor and found out that it was 45. So here is your equation to find out what x is. That's it. You just say 45 degrees, which is what you got. You don't have to put degrees, equals x plus 15. They want you to solve for x. So we know that we have to subtract the 15, subtract the 15. So we're going to find out that x equals 30 degrees. Now, make sure that you're not confused. This 30 degrees is not the measurement of the angle because you already measured it and it's 45. But they just want the value of x. Okay? And this is how hard it is. Can you handle that? Okay. And
30 degrees, right? Just 30.
well, actually, here's how the answers are. They want you to measure first and tell what the measurement of the angle is. That is
The other packet,
it's the other packet,
the first one.
page 1. Okay? And then they want you to solve for x. So you'll have 2 answers on each of these. Okay, let's look and see if you need to know anything else. Oh yeah, we're ready now for 2 more vocabulary words, very important words. I know that they're going to put something about these on your test. Okay, 2 vocabulary words. They're not hard either, but to a lot of you, they're going to be brand new. So we're going to have complementary, complementary angles, and we'll have supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Now, both of these, the starting of their definition is 2 or more angles that add up to ... Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. If angles are supplementary, they add up to 180 degrees. If they are complementary, they add up to 90 degrees. This is an important thing for you to put in your hopper, okay? Because you're going to be using it. Two or more angles that add up to 90 degrees are complementary. 2 or more angles that add up to supplementary, or that are supplementary, add up to 180 degrees. Very important. Make sure you have that down. So, looking at page 2, in this packet, page 2 says complementary angles. Is everybody there? It says sheet 1. It gives you a whole page of just complementary, so you can get used to that. Now, which one is complementary?
At 90.
The one that adds up to 90. So they want, number one says, I'm just going to abbreviate so it doesn't take so long for me to write this. Complement, they want to know what the complement of 38 degrees is.
Is that number one?
It is. 63. That's number two then.
Okay.
Number two, the complement of 38 degrees. So what does that mean?
Doesn't it mean
Find
that
For it to equal to 90?
Yes, it means that you're going to have 38 plus something. It's going to equal 90 because it's a complement. Complement. So you can either do this and solve for x, or you guys really, yes, you guys really like shortcuts.
Minus 90 from 38.
Yes, 38 from 90, yes. Yes, you look here and you know that complement is 90. So you take away what you know and it'll leave what's left. So that's the shortcut. As long as you know that complement is 90, they want to know what the complement is. And yes, Rebecca. It is 90 take away 38. I'm on number 2, Chris. But yes, for number 1, it would be the 63. Same thing. Are we good? Okay, you guys can handle that one. And
that problem is number 2?
that was number 2. Do you see it?
On B, it says state whether the given parts pairs are complementary or not.
That means you add them up. You'll add these two up. If they are 90 degrees, they are complementary. If it is not 90 degrees, then they're not complementary. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So meaning if they are, it's adding, and then if it's not, you subtract?
No. You add them every time.
Okay.
If the answer comes out 90, they're complements. If the answer comes out 91, 57, they're not a
Okay.
complementary. It has to come up to 90. Now, the same rules apply for supplementary, and it's going to be almost exactly the same thing, except on the page that we're dealing with supplementary angles, you're going to do the same thing, but supplements mean 180. So like on number 1 then, what are you going to do to find the supplement of 108? Subtract 108 from 180. Okay? Because they want the two angles to add together to be 180 degrees. Okay? Just remember the difference between supplementary and complementary.
So complementary is to do subtract?
No, complementary has to equal to 90, no matter what.
And then the next page, it mixes up the complementary and supplementary. So you have to remember and pay attention. But these you should be able to handle now. Okay? Josh, are you still with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everything's cool?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the next one is the same thing, more practice with supplementary and complementary. Yes?
Are we gonna write if it's complementary or supplementary, or is it just?
It just wants to know what X is. You'll have to know what supplementary and complementary are. Okay, now the last one. And I want you to take notes on this. I just want you to see these and be aware of these. I'm not sure how much you'll see on the test. Okay.
I saw one on the practice test.
Okay, I am going to show you what these are called and point out the different types of angles and their relationships. But I don't know that, I'm hearing that some of them saw it on a test. So be aware of this and make notes, okay? All right. All right. What we're using today are two parallel lines. I'm going to make them as parallel as possible. These are parallel, okay? What I'm going to tell you works with parallel lines, not weirdo lines, okay? Parallel lines, and these are what we call cut by a transversal. So the line that cuts across two parallel lines, this is called a transversal. I don't think you have to memorize this word, but when you see the word on the test, I don't want you to be confused. A transversal is simply the line that cuts across a pair of parallel lines. That's it. Okay? It could come this way or it could go top to bottom, but it's just some line that goes across two parallel lines. Now, I'm going to name the angles so that I can, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, I'm going to tell you the different types of angles here, and I'm going to list them and try to explain them to you. Okay. The first one, I think, is the easiest one. They're vertical angles. Vertical angles, okay? Yeah. Okay, vertical angles are across from each other like an X, and they're across from each other. I think they make like a bow tie. Look at, if I color in 3 and 2, to me that looks like a bow tie. But 3 and 2, they're across the intersection. They're across from each other. So 2 and 3 are vertical angles. 1 and 4 are vertical angles. 5 and 8 and 7 and 6 are all vertical angles. Do y'all see it? Give you a chance to let it soak in. And the one thing that you will know about vertical angles, it will always be true, is that they are equal to each other. Vertical angles are always equal to each other. So if you know what the measure is here, maybe 60 degrees, then you know for a fact that angle 3 is also 60 degrees without measuring it, because it is a vertical angle. Okay? Okay, the next one, let's see if I can get this out of here. The next one is 1 and 2. Angles 1 and 2. Now, if you look at 1 and 2, notice here's angle 1, if we draw that picture, right? And if we draw it for number 2,
Straight angle.
it's a straight angle. And a straight angle is how many degrees?
180.
180. And what is another set of angles who add up to a supplementary? So we have supplementary angles when they create a straight line. So we have supplementary angles. And those would be, I already named number 1 and 2. Name another set.
3 and 4.
Okay? 3 and 4,
5 and 6.
5 and 6,
7 and 8.
7 and 8. And I thought you would stop there, but there are more.
It's 2, 1,
1,
and 3.
2 2, 4, 6.
I'm hearing it. Okay, and it isn't all these together, but you always look around the intersection. So we're going to have 1 and 3 make this straight line, don't they? So we also have 1 and 3. We have 2 and 4. We have 5 and 7. And 6 and 8. Okay? Very nice. Y'all are good at this angle stuff. Okay? Now we have, let's do it right here. Okay, we are going to have, I'm going to get this transversal thing off of here so we can. Alternate interior. Oh, I forgot to put something on the last one. Angles. Alternate interior angles. Let me put something up here. Supplementary angles always add up to 180 degrees. Okay? Vertical angles are always equal to each other. Supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees, and we've already found that out, right? Okay, alternate interior angles sound horrible, but if you look at the words, interior means the inside, okay? So if you look at these parallel lines, this is the inside, and this stuff is the outside, okay? The inside is in here, the outsides are here, exteriors, okay? So, and then it says alternate, which means if I'm talking about 3, which is interior, I need to alternate across. And so 6, 3 and 6 are alternate interior. 3 and 6, and 4 and 5. And that's all. Because that's all that's on the interior. Yes? So, can you tell me about alternate exterior? Alternate exterior angles.
2 and 7, 1 and 8.
1 and what?
8.
Yes, 1 and 8, because they are exterior, and I alternate across, right? And the others are
7 and 2.
7 and 2. You guys are correct. Okay, they have, they might mention these others. And after you understand alternate exterior and alternate interior, the other 2 that they mention are same side interior and same side exterior. So if they said same side interior, here's the interior, give me a pair of same side interior. Same side interior.
Same side.
4 and 6.
Same side.
4 and 6?
Yes, 4 and 6, because before we had alternate interior, that meant across the transversal. When they say same side, they mean the same side of the transversal. So 4 and 6 are same side interior, and 3 and 5 are same side interior. So what about same side exterior? Give me some.
1 and B.
1 and 7.
1 and
7.
7, same side. So 1 and 7 and
2 and 8.
2 and 8.
2 and 8. Okay? So be aware of these, and you can practice those on that last page so that you can remember. Now, let me put on here, alternate interior angles are always equal. Alternate interior and alternate exterior are equal. same side interior and same side exterior are supplementary. Supplementary. Same side interior and same side exterior are supplementary. So now let's do something fun. You know I like to have fun, right? I heard that. Okay, let's say that I gave you, oh, wait. One more. I forgot one more. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. I don't know how I forgot that one. Okay, corresponding angles. Listen to me carefully. They will be in a similar spot to each other. For instance, they will be on the same side of a parallel line. They will be on the same side of the transversal, which means if I want a corresponding angle to angle 1, notice that it's above the parallel line and to the left, right? So the corresponding angle will be above the parallel line and to the left. So 1 and 5, do you see they're in similar spots? So 1 and 5 are corresponding. 2 and 1. No, yes, because it's above and to the right. Above and to the right. So I have 2 and 6. Give me some more.
That,
We've got 1 and 2. What about 3?
3 and
3
7.
and 7.
3 and 7. What about 4?
4 and 8.
Yay, you're getting the idea. I think we might have them all. Done. Okay. And corresponding angles will have equal measures. So if this is 100 degrees, if number 1 is 100 degrees, so is 5. Okay? Because they are corresponding angles. Yes? Okay, now the fun stuff. I'm just going to give you the measure of one of the angles on this picture, and you can tell me every other angle. Okay?
Go ahead. You're good.
Okay. So I'm going to say angle 2 is 60 degrees. So tell me what angle 3 is. How many degrees is angle 3?
Wouldn't it be
60.
60 o'clock?
60 degrees. Because what kind of angles?
Cute.
No. What kind of angles here?
90. 90 degree
No,
angles.
I want a name.
Supplementary angle? Vertical.
Yes, they're vertical. They're across the intersection here. Across from each other, they're vertical angles, and vertical angles are always equal. I'm hoping I've got all this stuff on them. Yeah. Okay, now I know 2 of them. So what is angle 6? How much is angle 6? 60 degrees. Why? There are 2 reasons why. Give me one of them.
This is parallel.
There's not parallels. Look at all the different angles, and I need one of these names. You told me that angle 6 is 60 degrees.
Corresponding.
Corresponding to
Corresponding and vertical.
6 and 2. And corresponding angles are always equal. Corresponding, it's in the same position, do you see? And corresponding angles are equal, so, okay, so 60 degrees. So tell me about angle 8. 100, 120. Why? It's supplementary to what? To 6. Do you see how we already knew this was 60? And if I come on around, it's a straight line, isn't it? A straight line is 180. If that's 60 of it already, I need 120 more to make the 180. Do you guys kind of see? Supplementary, okay? We can get the rest of them. Which one do you want to tell me?
5 is 120 plus 7.
Say,
The 5 is 120, the 7 is 60.
okay, the 5 she's saying is 120. And she should tell me that they're vertical angles or they're supplementary angles, whatever. And number 7 is 60. 4 is 120 because it makes a straight line. And number 1 is
As well as 120.
120. You're exactly right. Vertical angles or supplementary angles. Now, one thing I want you to notice, and this will help you on the test if you want to, that the angles in all of these different angles in 2 parallel lines and a transversal, there'll only be 2 measures. Okay, and the 2 measures that you're going to be using all the way through make up 180 degrees. You've just got to make sure that you put them in the right spots. Okay, there'll only be 2. Yes? I love
I'm not
the,
trying to be an astronaut or anything. I'm a regular job.
this is the end. Are there any questions right now? Okay. This ends everything that we're going to do up to this point on angles, lines, rays, all of that stuff for now. Next week, we're going to go to plotting points, plotting lines, finding slope. Because Chris, I told them before you came in that a lot of you are wanting to take the test, but you feel like you don't know much about slope. So that's why I'm going to skip to slope. And in the next 2 weeks, we're going to make sure that you know everything there is to know about slope. Yes? And maybe we'll get a lot of you to take your tests. Okay? Josh, how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is send you the packets. It'll be 2 separate packets. And I might go ahead and send you the page that has a picture of the protractor if you want to use it somehow. You know, if you, just in case, if you don't get to buy one. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I am through for today unless you have any questions.
Can I take a snapshot of the board right quick?
Yes, let me make sure I have everything on it. There we go. All right. Oh, here. Right there. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
All right. Then I will see you on Monday.
All righty.
If you have any questions before then, remember that you can text me, message me, call me, email me. I'll help you.
All righty.
Righty?
I appreciate it.
Okay. We'll see you on Monday. You know I love you.
All right. Bye. Love
Talk
you
to you
too,
later.
teacher. Bye.
Bye-bye.